Hey Shackers, we're at CES 2018 at the HTC Vive booth, and we're here talking about the brand new product. Could you introduce yourself and say your name, your position at the company?
Sure. My name is Dan O'Brien. I'm the general manager for the HTC Vive for the Americas region.
And Dan, you had a lot of announcements here at CES, so
That's right.
let's try to go through these for Shackers out there. We have a community of people who have been early adopters in VR. Vive has kind of dominated the PC gamers when it comes to VR on our site specifically, so a lot of people are very interested in what makes the Vive Pro different. Can we talk a little bit first about the resolution of the product? What was the spec bump that you guys gave to the screens in the HMD?
Great. First, hey, thanks all of you for being Vive owners and so supportive. But yeah, so this is the new Vive Pro, new resolution, 2880 by 1600 displays, which is the best displays that you can get in VR right now. It's about a 78% increase in resolution. Basically, you can start to read text now in VR. You can actually do surgery training in VR, see things on an ultrasound, design a car dashboard and see the icons on it. So it gives you a much better, crisper visual experience.
It was instantly noticeable. You had like a side-by-side like taste test set up here at the booth. It was instantly noticeable when I put it on. It's the clearest VR I've ever experienced, actually.
That's great. Yeah, we love to. It's really hard, right, for somebody that just puts it on for the first time to go, oh, okay, that's great, because it looks great. But then when we actually take people from the existing headset in market and let them try the new one, it's a big jump for them.
You know, and some other things I noticed from the industrial design point of the headset, you've redesigned the head strap entirely.
That's right.
It's very comfortable on the back of your head. I think that in the past it's a different material, right?
Yeah, so, well, we've redesigned it from the ground up. We've spent 2 years listening to consumers, whether they were enterprise customers spending hours, developers spending hundreds of hours in their headset, to just hardcore gamers, right, that are in there for a long time. Lot of improvements. Embedded audio headphones, right? Inline amplifier. These are going to be the best spatial audio experience in VR. A couple of new features: mute button, the ability to control volume locally on your own headphone. Way better. Overall, we've redistributed the weight so that when you do put it on, the back head strap has to be so comfortable because we've actually redistributed the weight back there.
Yeah.
New cable management design to come out the side instead of over the top. We've also added dual microphones to the bottom so that you have noise canceling microphones, so better communication for social experiences, whether you're an enterprise solution having a business meeting, or whether you're playing games with tons of people, or if you're in an arcade in a very noisy environment. I love this feature because you're wearing glasses and you will appreciate this. Quick button on the bottom to adjust it away from your glasses. And so hot swapping with your friends that don't wear glasses and you wearing glasses, much easier.
Okay, so I was going to ask you this question just about the back of the headset, but when you were looking to make another Vive, because this is some people in our community are calling it Vive 2.0, the Vive Pro, when you decided to make a new product, how did you go about this? Were you yourselves in-house working on design? Did you reach out to customers? Because something like the back of this headset, this curve right here is so intuitive, but it wasn't in the first one. So was it consumer feedback? Was it media? Who did you reach out to when you were iterating upon this? Because there's so many little things that you did to this that made it so much more comfortable.
Yes. So, including just the easy adjustment dial, because we all have different human geometry, wide faces, narrow faces, and the ability to actually just adjust it quickly and easily. But yeah, things like this, that's learned through playtesting. Mm-hmm. We really spent a lot of time trying to get the weight out of the front, get it to the back. We talked to the customers that spent the most time in VR. A lot of that was the developer community. It was also our enterprise customers. I know designers from major automotive brands that spend 2 hours looking at a single design, and they are going to spend a lot of time in headsets. And then game players with things like Fallout 4 VR and hundreds of hours of gameplay, they need something that they can go into for a long period of time. It was really about iteration, trying different things. We expect this to actually come towards the back of your head and actually sit very comfortably underneath.
Yeah. No, that's what I noticed. One of your competitors, the PSVR, had a similar setup, but the way it rests on the back of your head hurts. And I feel like when you tighten this, it didn't feel like it was constricting me. It felt as though it was resting on me. I think that's really important from a design standpoint.
Well, I mean, when we set out for designing this and building this, it was really about giving consumers the best visual experience, the best audio experience, and the best overall comfort and fit and ergonomic experience.
Yeah. Let's talk about some other tech that I noticed on this. And you guys have been awfully cagey about this here.
Okay, great.
There's 2 cameras on the front of this device.
Yeah.
So that allows for stereoscopic imagery, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're allowing for depth sensing with the second camera. We're also working with developers on coming out with some really fun, new, intuitive ideas and use cases for it. Some AR applications.
That's what I'm thinking, because
Yeah.
I instantly see a stereoscopic camera. I remember the pass-through that you guys offered in the original Vive,
Correct.
which I thought was super useful. And I'm like, gee, I wonder why they went with stereoscopic this time. Is this something where it could move towards maybe an AR kind of component?
You know, we're going to let the developer community play with it. We're going to let those guys come out with it, and I think we'll have more to come in the coming months where we have some really fun examples of how developers can take advantage of it and how that's useful for consumers.
Have you released any specs on what the cameras can do?
No, not at this time.
Like I said, they're being super cagey about these things. I've been asking devs about it. I've been asking everyone I can about it, and they're like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just something that's obviously noticeable when you look at the device.
Sure, it is. And we're excited for the dev community to really pound on it and come out with some really fun ideas for it. And we'll let them go to work, and we will work with them on that.
So another device that you guys announced, it's not in the shot right now, folks, but is the wireless adapter for the Vive.
Right.
Can we talk a little bit about what you guys are doing there? Who you partnered with on this tech? Because I knew a year ago we saw a couple of folks at CES that had solutions. So how did you guys decide to do your own, and who did you partner with on it?
Sure. So the name of the product is the Vive Wireless Adapter. And yeah, we have worked in the past with other companies like TPCast. We have invested in them. They're a great partner. We're really excited about the solution that they brought to market this past year. We did decide that we wanted to bring our own wireless solution to market. We wanted to stand for something that was really meaningful, solve problems. First problem we wanted to solve was a lot of the pieces that we talked about on the Vive Pro. The second piece, a lot of consumers actually don't want the tether. They wanted us to solve a product for wireless, and there was nothing from us, so we decided to make that product. It works. We built it in collaboration and partnership with Intel, and it's built on WiGig protocol, so it's on the 60 gigahertz band, which is a very clean band for wireless communication. And so here, even if you're in a noisy Wi-Fi environment, you're going to have no latency issues. You're going to have a great experience. Here in the booth, we have it running with Doom VFR because we want people moving around really quickly, hiding, running away. But yeah, we wanted people to feel how quickly and easily you can move. And it works with the current Vive, and it will work with the Pro.
I think what's interesting about this strategy, releasing an adapter that's wireless, a lot of companies seem to think, oh, people don't like wires, let's make a standalone. You guys are focused on still giving us a very high quality VR experience, but enabling it to be untethered. So yes, you still have to have a PC, but it's that high quality. I feel like so many companies are chasing the standalone market. This seems like a very focused thing, and like you said, it solves a problem.
That's right.
I think a lot of the other products seem kind of confused in that space.
Well, we really feel strongly that premium VR needs to keep innovating. It needs to keep moving forward. We need to keep taking the experience to the next level, whether it is visual or quality or comfort. The wireless piece is critical for premium VR. We really do want to keep driving the high end even further. And that requires innovation, and we're committed to always being the best in premium VR or even mobile. You said Focus before, but we are launching the Focus product in China at this time, and that is an all-in-one. So we're going to learn a lot from that market about how well that gets accepted and the kind of content that works well for the all-in-one. But we're going to really stay focused in our core markets where gamers are really embedded and bringing premium experiences with the high end.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily talking about the HTC Focus device.
Sure.
I was saying some of your competitors that will remain nameless, they showed off a prototype maybe last year that was standalone,
Right.
And it's out there in the ether. It's vaporware at this point. You guys also made some VivePort announcements at CES. Can you tell our viewers about what you guys announced at CES?
Yeah, so we had two great announcements on the VivePort side with the solutions and our Advanced Concepts Labs. So with the store, with VivePort Store, we're taking a VR first approach where you're not just going to your computer and buying games there or typing in, searching for different things at your computer. You're actually putting your headset on, you're going into the store experience, you're searching for your categories, your genres in VR in a much more intuitive way that it will come up and be presented to you. And then we actually built in a VR preview button so that developers can actually create a preview slice. So one of the examples we use is Jerusalem, and the whole area inside of the game experience or the VR experience in Jerusalem comes down around you. So it's a great way for developers to actually showcase what that experience might look like and give consumers the option to go, okay, this is really what it's going to be. I definitely want to buy this. So that's a great first feature. And the second one is with the Vive Video, which is one of the top downloads on Steam and VivePort. And we have a partnership with Vimeo, which really has a high caliber library of 180 content, 360 content, and you're now going to be able to pull all of that content into your Vive. And we've built a really intuitive way to actually search for content and be presented with new content while you're in the existing VR experience.
Awesome. And I think that's all great for users. Our viewers and our readers love to hear about you guys and love to hear what you're innovating on. So when can people get their hands on, as consumers, their hands on Vive Pro, the wireless tracker, and when are you pushing the VivePort stuff live?
Yeah. So this will be available as a upgrade-only SKU because this product works with the existing 1.0 base stations. It works with your existing controllers. You don't have to get an entirely new kit. And we specifically built an upgrade SKU only that'll be available this quarter. So timing and pricing and shipping, that will come out very soon. And then it will also be available in a full kit with the new 2.0 base stations from Steam a little bit later this year. And the 2.0 base stations will give you that larger tracking area. You'll be able to pair up to 4 base stations and get a 10 meter by 10 meter tracked area. Wow. Arcades are really going to love that. And our enterprise customers, professionals, are going to love that larger tracking area. And then the Vive wireless adapter we have committed to this summer will be available, and pricing and specific ship dates will come shortly after that.
Hey, awesome. Well, you're going to have to come by the Shacknews booth at E3 and maybe let us know about these new products when they're finally launching in the summer.
Sounds good. Can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.